So I've had a few questions about this documentary that I'm putting together that I'm calling right now The Chase for 28. The Yankees entered this season as one of the top two favorites to win the World Series, along with the Dodgers who acquired Mookie Betts. So I thought this would be a good year to catalog from the beginning of the offseason all the way through the end of the season, whether that's the World Series or coming up short in the playoffs, or God forbid they even miss the playoffs. I wanted to catalog all the things that go into a Major League Baseball season that we as fans follow. I was inspired to create this project, this Chase for 28 documentary, this winter. I was watching some old World Series films. I was watching, some of the old MLB Network shows, and I thought, there's not a whole lot about the Yankees on here. And even with the World Series movies, generally, they cover the World Series itself and maybe a little bit of the postseason and a fraction of what goes on during the regular season. And you can get clips from the regular season from pretty much any season from, the late 80s going forward on MLB.com, but they don't have everything, right? They don't have how certain storylines were covered. And there's so much more to a Major League Baseball season and to being a fan of a Major League Baseball team like the New York Yankees than just montages of guys hitting home runs. Now, I love those channels that, put together all the montages of game highlights and all the home runs, all 50 Judge's home runs from a couple years ago, or, so-and-so's best strikeout pitches. Those are all great, and I love watching those. But as you get older, you long for the smaller things that build out a season, all of the drama that plays out through 162 games in really 8 months. If you start in February and go through October, that's a lot of baseball. That's a lot of storylines. That's a lot of people in and out of the team. Different people, different commentators commenting on things. And I thought it would be good to compile all of the best clips from the entire 2020 season. And the only way I could do that was if I started in the offseason, because this was such a consequential offseason for the Yankees. They had the devastating loss to the Astros. And so that's where the film starts. It starts with, all the things that the Yankees fans experienced beginning in Houston with that walk-off home run by Altuve. And then how our rage grew as it became uncovered that the Astros cheated. Right? And it wasn't just us. The players are enraged too. So I wanted to tell you guys what I'm looking for in this film. I can obviously use clips from games. If I keep them to under 10 seconds, it's fair use. So I can add, home runs here and there, strikeouts, all that stuff, clips of commentators talking. But what I really want to get and really want to capture is fans reacting to this season. I want to see people, filming the games at the stadium on their phones. Everybody's always holding up their phones. I mean, you might watch it. You might never look at it again. You might show it to your friends. You might upload it. I would love to immortalize that footage if you get some really great moments in this film throughout the season. Somebody hits a big home run and you're watching it from the bleachers and you're like panning around as everybody is cheering and throwing beer and stuff. I want to get that. That's the emotion that I want to put into this film. Listen, I'm obviously not following the team around with a camera, so the only way that I can absorb this season, or any season for that matter, is through the eyes of the media, the people who are covering the game, through the fans who are watching and putting their opinions out there on social media, whether it's Twitter or YouTube. Guys who have podcasts out of their garage or their living room. I want to capture their reaction because those are the diehard fans, who are going to want to re-experience this season and bring back those memories 10 years down the line. So I'm putting this movie together, win or lose, for posterity. It's going to be called The Chase for 28. And if they win, it works as a title. If they lose, then, it still works, but we'll just have to have a part 2, Chase Harder. I don't know. But anyway, I want to show you the first 9 minutes of the film. You've seen the first 6 before if you've watched, but I have gone through and tweaked and edited. I'm polishing it every single day. And I'm going to try and do about 2 to 3 minutes per week, so that this ends up being about an hour and a half movie to 2 hours. that you can throw on every winter going forward, especially if the Yankees win the World Series. You can watch it on those years that they don't maybe have such a good team, which it'll happen again. I mean, it happened in 2008. It happened in 2014. Sometimes the Yankees just aren't very good. Guys age, they get hurt, whatever. So I wanted to create something for the good old days. And if they don't win it this year, I'm going to do it again next year. Maybe with some corporate sponsorship, but I'm going to do it. So stay tuned. Here are 9 minutes from the chase for 28.
1-1. That's a base hit, and the Yankees have life. On base for the 4th time tonight is Urshela. DJ LeMahieu, 0 for 4 in this game, came in hitting .381 in this ALCS. Over the first 5, it's outside, ball 1. All he's done in a Yankee uniform is hit. Fly ball into right, back at the wall. This ball is gone for a home run, and this game is tied. Bottom of the 9th inning, and Aroldis Chapman is into the ball game.
The Yankees, who are clearly going to be aggressive, are going to go after one of these pitches, but at what level? Would they get into a bidding war for Cole?
California team. He's a California kid. And everybody thinks it's going to be the Dodgers or the Angels, but you never know unless you get in it and see.
All right, the breaking news, Garrett Cole, Astros ace, agrees to a record-breaking deal with the New York Yankees.
I think it makes them the best team in baseball. Ravi, as we know, they have waited for years, hung on to their money, hung on to their prospects, waiting for that big free agent to come along, and this was him.
I'm here. I've always been here. So, that's great. You kept it. I did.
The Yankees came to him, showed him some respect with the money. You broke down the financial part of it. So Brett Gardner doesn't have to make a tough decision and say, I've got to go somewhere else. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. He's a lifelong Yankee.
Now batting for the Yankees, number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2.
I told you 5 years ago I've been making this call, and I kept my promise.
Thank you, Jack.
And I didn't know what to expect today, but this is just, obviously, it's the ultimate honor. It's the highest honor you can get as a player.
Dellin Betances. He's one of the most accomplished and dominant relief pitchers in Major League Baseball.
The Major League Baseball cheating scandal sending shockwaves around the world. The owner of the Houston Astros fired the team's general manager and manager after an investigation found that the Astros cheated by stealing signs during their World Series championship season.
We've heard reports about Astros players wearing buzzers underneath their uniforms. That's how they're getting the signal what pitch is coming.
Commissioner, we got investigated for 3 months, and the commissioner's office did as thorough an investigation as anyone could imagine. And I believe them.
Sorry, that's not good enough. There's one answer to that. We never use buzzers, ever. Did you use buzzers or not?
Been, let's see, on the injured list 8 times in 7 seasons. Different parts of the body with the injuries. Here, we're putting some of them on. flat.
MVP as Betts has been swapped. 4 teams involved, multiple trades here, but let's look at the names and where they go as the Dodgers do get Mookie Betts, David Price.
Sox have been looking for a deal, right? They've been shopping about, look, here's what he got. What was it about this one that made it the one?
The sights and sounds every Yankee fan has been waiting to see and hear. Pitchers and catchers hitting the field for the first time as a group.
Some of the guys coming back from injury, does that give you enough now to finish what you started last season?
Look, we feel like we've been a championship caliber team now for a few years. Been knocking on that door, haven't pushed through yet.
That one theme, we need to win a world championship. That drive to win is what fuels you.
It's going to be a really good team, and we're seeing that develop. And I think if you're the Yankees, yes, you're out there trying to make sure this team is ready, but you just have to let this team be. This team is going to be really good.
Anytime a Stanton or anytime a Sanchez or Torres or especially Judge is asked, because he was there for the both series, as was Sanchez, they got asked about the 17 and the 19 scenario. What's the sense around camp? Let me get a sense there first.
Listen, I've done this long enough that I can tell when players don't want to talk about something. They're not no-commenting us. They're not.
It's just sick to my stomach, just to find out, I had a lot of respect, for those guys and, what they did and, especially, what they did for the city of Houston and that whole organization, man, a team that was in last place and drafted right, got the right players in there and, eventually, got to the World Series. I had a lot of respect for them, the way they played, what they did, and then to find out that, it wasn't earned, they cheated.
From the Yes Network, an hour ago, he tweeted that Aaron Boone, Yankee manager, said Luis Severino has some forearm soreness. So Boone said it's definitely, quote, concerning. Now, he usually doesn't say stuff like that.
1-2 is grounded to third. Urshela Fields throws across his body, and it is in time. A beautiful play by Urshela.
That was hit deep to right center field, and that ball is gone. A home run for Gittins.
It's our player development staff that does such a tremendous job.
And Duhar hits this one off the wall.
Did he call it a home run? He called it a home run. All right.
I think he did. He called it a home run.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt. And Gary Sanchez will toss to first to complete the strikeout. For the Pirates at first, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out, and the Yankee fans love that, as they expect a bunch of those. He had 326 as an Astro.
Moments before we get underway, we find out that Brian Cashman has said that it does appear that Luis Severino is going to have Tommy John surgery. And if he has Tommy John surgery, anybody that has followed baseball knows you are done for the year.
Just moments ago, right calf strain for Stanton, probably won't be ready for regular season. Wow.
Swing and a miss. Duhar laces that to left field. That will zip into the corner. Wade powers that high and deep to right field. Margot will watch it fly.
That issue.
Frazier now turns on one, launches it to left. A 3-0 pitch is into the Tampa afternoon.
It's pitch number 30. Swing and a miss on the slider down and in. 2-0 to Torres. Driven to right field. The Barrett going back. This one is way gone for Gleyber Torres.
In spots and struck him out. And the Red Sox go in order in the first inning.